Welcome back, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to another Starman BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave, and right now I'm here to talk about, continue my 20 and 24 special, year-long special that I've been doing or trying to do. Tonight, I'm going to be talking to y'all about, my bad, I had to clear my throat. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about the movie Breaking All the Rules. 2004, of course, romantic comedy that stars Jamie Foxx, Gabrielle Union, Morris Chestnut, amongst many, many others. Before I get into it, remind you guys, go ahead, hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel. You already subscribe. Follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, as well as Blue Sky, and as well as Fandom. And we got some other stuff coming up around the pop line in the corner. The best way to keep up with that is to make sure you subscribe, follow us on socials. What's up with you? So, and also, this is our BrickWall Christmas month, as well as our BrickWall holiday month. During the month of December, we're going to be talking about Christmas movies, holiday movies, and stuff like that, different specials and stuff like that. So, yeah, pretty stacked month as I try to finish out the year strong. And, so just thank you guys for all your support. I really appreciate it. So, let's get into this review while I fix my hair. So, Breaking All the Rules. Like I said, this is a 2004 movie, starring Jamie Foxx and all that. I already said that. So, this is about Quincy Watson, who got dumped by his fiance and decided to quit his job as an editor. He was an editor. He's decided to quit his job, and he manages to turn things around when he publishes a book that is about being able to in relationships. And when the book gets into a lot of it gets a lot of praise. It leaps up to the bestseller list, and it starts to cause him trouble, particularly with his cousin Evan, who's played by Morris Chestnut. Because Evan reads the book and is like, yo, I think I want to use some of this to break up with my girlfriend, Nikki, who's played by Gabrielle Union. And through a sequence of events that I'll get into later, Nikki ends up falling in love with Quincy. They end up falling in love with each other, but then a whole big old weird love, it's a really messy circle of things that happens in this movie. And I'll get into that, but we're left to see, is Quincy going to be able to get out of this situation with his own wit, or are things not going to go well for him? So this was my first time watching the movie. I literally just watched it. This is my first time watching this movie. I feel like I may have seen bits and pieces of it, because some of it did look a little familiar, but I'm thinking Gabrielle Union just wears that same coat in a lot of movies. If you know, you know. And I'm also thinking Jamie Foxx had that hairstyle in more than one movie. If you know, you know. And I also think Morris Chestnut was bald in a lot of other movies. that was a corny joke. I know. Boo me. So I thought, being this was my first time watching this movie, to my knowledge, I think that this was actually pretty interesting. It had me hooked, right? Because just from the beginning, you see that Quincy, he loves this girl. Like, he's like, yo, this is my girl, this is my fiance. Like, everyone's like, yeah, this is the longest relationship you've been in. And when I'm not gonna hold you, when the girl broke up with him, I sat there, I was just looking at the screen like, why? But then again, like, I know people that would do that. I know people that will break up with someone in a good relationship, break up with them, because it's like, oh, you're just not giving me enough thrill. Or you're just not giving me the passion I think we need. I real life know people who would do that. I don't know people who've been broken up with by those people, but I know people who will do that. I have not dealt with them in that way, but I know people that would do that. It's so fucking crazy. So I'm sitting there watching, I'm thinking about a couple of them, I'm like, dang, that's something your ass would do. And I'm thinking about that, damn. Like, and it was just really it was really crazy how she broke up with him like that, especially at the engagement party that he was throwing. Like, he was throwing an engagement party, he was going, telling all your friends and stuff like that. And she just breaks up with him because she's going to Paris or some stupid shit. So this leads Quincy down as a big old spiral of depression, in which he pretty much just lets himself go. And in this time, though, where he's just like isolated inside the house, drinking a lot, and well, not a lot, but just like, just not in the greatest condition. People who go through breakups, they're always in pretty bad shape, but Evan goes to check on him and finds out that Quincy has written an entire book, basically. He started writing a letter, and the letter turned into a whole big old book about how to break up with people, or the proper way to break up so that it isn't as hurtful to you as the breaker upper, and it isn't as hurtful to the break up B, I think is how you're supposed to say it. So yeah, he writes this book, and prior to that, I forgot to mention. So Quincy works at this. Matter of fact, yeah. So Quincy works at this like an editing firm, right? For book publishing and stuff like that. And his boss wants him to help fire people by doing research on stuff, and research on the proper techniques of breaking up with people, not breaking up, firing people, and because he's just too chicken shit to do it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And so of course this Quincy ends up quitting his job because of that, because the boss didn't want Quincy to just fire people instead of having the boss do it himself. He said, Quincy, why don't you fire these people? So it was a lot at the time. Quincy couldn't deal with it, and that's what kind of helped help lead him to writing this book. And of course, like I said, the book gets published, it gets a lot of attention. So then his cousin Evan is like, yo, I want to break up with my girl, but I need, I'm going to use the technique that you gave me. So he goes over to Nikki's house, his girlfriend. He goes over there, and then it's just like he thinks that she's going to try to break up with him. So then he sends Quincy out to the bar where he was supposed to meet her at. Quincy inadvertently starts to hook up with Nikki, thinking that her name is Mary. It's just and then from there the whole situation is complicated because Nikki knew that Nikki had a good hunch that Quincy knew Evan, right? But in that Quincy was the one who wrote the book about breaking up. Quincy didn't know that Nikki was Nikki because Nikki said her name was Mary. The only way that Quincy would have known that Nikki was Nikki is if Nikki didn't like cut her hair. So since Nikki cut her hair, Quincy didn't know that Nikki was Nikki, thought that Nikki was Mary. So Mary, in the meantime, right, thinks that Quincy is playing the games, like doing being like a pass around. So I don't know, something weird like that. Meanwhile, right, so remember I mentioned Quincy's boss earlier. So Quincy's boss wants Quincy's help to break up with his girlfriend, right? And so the thing is, the girlfriend finds out and then goes to talk to Quincy, but instead of Quincy being home is Evan, and Evan pretends to be Quincy. And so then the boss's girlfriend starts sleeping with Evan, thinking that she's sleeping with Quincy, in order for Evan to give her help, in order for Quincy to give her help with not having to break up with her boyfriend. It's just a lot. It's a lot. You see, I'm trying to explain all this, and it's like I feel the smoke running out of my head, and I'm getting confused, and I feel that you're getting confused too. There's just, like I said, it's a very complicated octagon, hexagon, whatever type of gon you can think of. It's a very complicated sequence of events that's going on here, and it's it does make for an interesting movie though. Like, I was very interested in the story. I gotta tell you, man, look, and this is like a really brief sidebar. Gabrielle Union is fucking fine. Like, I know y'all know that, but I'm just saying, like, looking at like I'm like, damn, I'm like, shit. So I get it. I'm like, shit. But how would you want to break up with Gabrielle Union? That's crazy. But anyway, I should probably don't like clean her toes. So I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't mean that disrespectfully though, Miss Gabrielle Union. If you watch, I'm saying that as a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you're a great person. Great person. Anyway, and thank you for watching. If you are watching, Miss Gabrielle Union. So anyway, before I lose my train of thought, yeah, no, I think this movie it's pretty. It had a few parts that made me laugh out loud. But I was really in it for the story. Like, the story was really interesting to me because, and just seeing, because Quincy wasn't a bad guy. Quincy was just trying to do the right thing the whole time. But it's like, even with the climax of the movie, Quincy caught an unnecessary amount of hell. I was like, damn, I felt bad for Quincy, because it's like, shit, you didn't even do nothing wrong. You was just trying to do the right thing the whole time. You was trying to get over your girl that left you, like, and you get caught up in all this, and now everyone's mad at you. Like, you didn't even do anything, and everybody else is pretending to be somebody else. And it was just a lot going on. But I did find this movie enjoyable. It's very easy to follow. Like, nothing got overly complicated. It was just always like, it was just always very interesting, very intriguing. The performances were really good. I'll be honest with you, I have not really watched a Jamie Foxx movie. Like, I've seen like the more recent ones, like the action ones and stuff like that, but like I haven't seen like an early Jamie Foxx movie in a while. Like, I can't remember the last like just regular comedy movie with Jamie Foxx in it that I saw. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen one. So this is like, I'm like, wow, I'm sitting here, I'm watching, I'm like, wow, okay, this is cool. Like, you know, seeing Jamie Foxx, one of the best icons, and then especially, you know, I guess kind of a coincidence. He just dropped his new stand-up special on Netflix, so that's pretty interesting. So, you know, I guess this is shout out to Jamie Foxx. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. Yeah, nah, it was a really fun movie. I liked it from beginning to end. I definitely like, this is definitely such a 2004 movie because we got movies like this in 2004. I say it like they don't make them like that anymore. Like, they don't just make these movies that have these simple plots and maybe smaller budget with good stars and stuff like that. You know, you don't get that much anymore. Everything has to be franchise and IP and, you know, guaranteed to make $1 million or something like that. Like, it's or $1 billion, my bad. But, you know, you don't really get too much of just the simple slice of life movies like that anymore. So it was nice to watch this and kind of just have like not even just a blast from the past, because like I said, I don't recall ever seeing this movie, but just having like this like, I guess secondhand nostalgia, because it's like there was an era where movies like this were popular, like I said. So it was a fun watch though. However, I'm guessing that I'm of the class of people that if you were to listen to critics, because Rotten Tomatoes gave this 31%, I can see how this could be a lower rated film critically, how like critics could maybe pan it a little bit. But at the same time, especially watching it in 2024, I said, well, that was just the time it was made. Like, I don't know what you can compare it to maybe give it a higher or maybe balance out your rating, and I don't really care. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was a fun watch. I really enjoyed this movie. So seeing as though this is my first time talking about this film, what is my rating from this? I think my rating of this movie is a solid 4 stars. I think if I was watching this with the eyes from back then, I might have given it maybe a 3.9. I probably would have given about a 3.9. Just because I might have found some things a little boring and I wouldn't have been able to relate to certain things in the story. But since I am able to watch this and kind of relate to certain things, or I've seen people who've dealt with certain things, so it's about the relatability right now too. But it's a really nice story, and no one's a complete total asshole. Nobody's a complete total jackass. There's a lot of great funny parts, like with the dog. That stuff was funny in there. And yeah, the only thing I didn't really like too much is the climax. The climax is so cliche. Like Gabrielle Union wearing that one jacket she always probably wears. Someone running to get to a train station on the airport just to be like, hey, I love you. Like, that would really work, because like, who's running alongside of a train to tell someone you love them? Girl, I'll see when you get back. I'll call your phone, or if I can't reach you, I'll wait for you to come back and I'll talk to you then. But I don't know. Hey, I've never been in a situation where I had to do a romantic gesture like that, so I hope I'm not. If y'all see me running by a train, like throw a ball at me. I was gonna say a brick, but y'all might really crack my skull. Throw like a really soft ball at me, but put a lot of force in it so that I actually like stop running. Like, you know what I mean? But don't seek out to kill me, please. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about this film. So happy 20th anniversary to Breaking All the Rules. Yeah, make sure you guys check it out. It's on Pluto. You can stream it on Pluto TV, free TV streaming app. So there's really no reason to not watch it. It's on there for free. So check it out, and let me know in the comments down below what you think. And just let's not break any more rules. Hit that like button down below, subscribe. Follow us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, all that good stuff. And until next time, y'all, be easy, stay breezy. Peace.